Hi everyone, this video was for my last week in Paris. For the ones who are new to my channel, hi, welcome, I'm Natalie, and I studied abroad in Paris, France, from January 2022 to mid-June 2022. These videos are from then, and yes, it's taken me some time, years in fact, to edit these videos because, you know, life happens. I have work, family, and a social life. And editing vlogs is a pretty lengthy process. If you know, you know. Anyway, this is my final vlog from when I was in Paris. Instead of putting some cutesy music in the back, I decided to do a voiceover. So, hi. I wanted to share a little bit on why I decided to study abroad in the first place and why I chose Paris. I'd like to make a more in-depth video of my whole experience being a student abroad, with tips and advice in the near future, but I needed to edit these Paris vlogs first, one thing at a time. But yeah, let's get started on how it all came to be. It's pretty interesting, so stick around. When I was 14 years old, a freshman in high school, I went to this really bad high school because I had a family member that was going there, and my mom thought it was a good idea for me to go there too. There were so many fights all of the time, but I did like the people there because they were pretty chill and funny. Anyway, getting carried away. I was automatically enrolled in some classes like English, math, science, geography, and French. This was the first time that I had ever been introduced to the French language and culture. My teacher was this short, funny, and unserious French lady with a bob. She was truly wonderful. She introduced to us a unique way to practice our French writing skills. In this French class, she had us write back and forth to our pen pals in France. We wrote to them in French, and they wrote to us in English for practice. My pen pal was named Caroline, or Caroline. She told me about her family, what she liked to eat for food, what sports she played, and her school schedule. And that's how I became fascinated with the French language and culture. Fun fact, I transferred to a different high school sophomore year because that same family member had transferred there. And in that school, they only offered Spanish as a language and not French. So had I never been to that school in the first place, I would have probably never learned anything about French. So, fun fact. Fast forward to when I was 18 years old and a freshman in community college. I had no idea what to do with my life. I was just taking general classes, and I still remember this day as if it were yesterday. I was walking through the hallways when I saw a flyer that said, "Study abroad in Florence, Italy for a semester." I was fascinated by the idea. Like, me? I can leave Sacramento, where I've been my whole life, and study in Italy? Sign me up. I didn't have a car at the time, so I remember riding my bike to the nearest Starbucks because I didn't have Wi-Fi at home. I emailed some advisors on the flyer for more information. I did some research on the program, and my heart sank when I saw that it was at least $5,000. That number never left my head. I think I had no more than $200 in my bank account at that very moment. I applied to one of the scholarships that they offered, but I didn't receive anything. So I thought, well, I don't have the money, so I can't go, but the idea never entirely left my head. I thought perhaps one day. Perhaps not. Okay, so some years pass, and now it's spring 2022, COVID epidemic. Times are weird. TikTok is poppin'. People are antisocial. Things seem to be improving though and trying to get back to normal. I luckily still had my job and continued working throughout the whole epidemic, saving a lot of money. I had transferred to Sac State, and my first semester there was online. I was bored in my room one day watching YouTube videos, and I came across a video where a girl was doing a room tour in Paris, France, and I just started watching a bunch of the videos of people going abroad, and I enjoyed learning about their journey and their experiences, and this is when something clicks. Could it be time? Is it my time to go now? I did some more research, and after talking to an advisor at my university, I decided to study abroad in Paris. Studying in Italy didn't seem ideal for me because it was mainly for art and history majors, and I didn't want to go to Spain because I already knew Spanish. I wanted to really push myself out of my comfort zone. So I chose Paris since I was a business major and there was a lot of business schools in Paris, which seemed more ideal to me. It was a long process, a lot of paperwork. My family didn't believe I was actually going, and those who did thought I was going to get kidnapped, like the movie Taken. Anyway, everything that I had to fill out and complete during this application process, I did it because something in my heart was telling me to go to Paris, and I wanted to get out of my hometown. At first, it was difficult living in France. I was experiencing a lot of culture shock, and I was missing my family and friends. I can go into more detail in a future video, so if you have any more questions, please leave it in the comment section, and I can answer it in a future video. I would like to mention that as a Mexican American, I never thought that I would ever experience something like this. I'm just a girl from Sacramento, California, who grew up in a low-income household, raised mainly by my mom and my older siblings. I believe that some people have passions, dreams, and are driven to do something in their life. They have this fire in their heart to do whatever it is they're destined to do. And at just 14 years old, I felt that fire in my heart and felt an instant connection to France. If I only knew then what I know now and what would be in store for me, that 14-year-old girl would be so excited and shocked, truly. Some people didn't believe that I could do it, and I proved them wrong. I was the first person in my family and friend group to have gone to France and many other countries nearby. To some people, they travel internationally for vacation, but to me, it was a dream come true. It was a dream that I never thought was even attainable. I never knew that this was part of my fate, and God showed me it was. He made it possible. Paris will always be my second home. I met so many unforgettable people along the way that will be in my life forever. I'll just always appreciate and feel thankful that I got to experience this. À la prochaine à Paris. Bisous. Merci beaucoup.
I can't get enough. No, I can't get enough. I'm falling in love.
Exactly. And the melody.
I'm thinking of taking my time, messing my life, swear don't mind. Say that you'll stay holding me close, swear it's alright. Yeah. Baby, I feel the right